Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360 show hosted by me, Annette, the warm hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like minded individuals on the road to greater success. Today's show is a collaboration between In the Know 360 and Mr. Eugene O'Neil. Mr. Eugene O'Neil was born in South Central California and raised in Rialto, California, the Inland Empire. He is a producer, rapper, singer, and songwriter. His creative work is inspired by J Dilla, Tupac, Kanye West, and Drake. He has solidified himself as one of the most unique artists from his hometown. Eugene captivates the audience with his melodic melodies. As I've heard when I was working out in the gym, look, y'all, I had him on the on playlist, so I had to make sure I peeked his music before we came live tonight. He does have a witty attitude to his music. I peeped that too.
Thank you.
And yes, smooth bars for sure. And he enchants the masses. And check out his latest tracks, Down Bad, featuring Tansu Phillip, and Through the Pain, featuring A Sincere. Welcome, Eugene.
Thank you, Nat. I appreciate that. That was again, man. Like I was giving you praise earlier on the marketing job. Great praise and just great knowing who the artist is. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here tonight. I know I miss Cali. I was out there October for the Unity for Social Justice for
Okay.
Monster Yo. But yeah, I miss the weather. My best friend is in LA. So maybe I'll come back one day.
Are
Um
you from Cali or
no, but so I'm originally from Guam, part of my life.
nice?
Yeah. So I'm sure you
Half a
see a
day.
lot of look at you, half a day totem Malik.
Hey,
You know a little, okay, a little something, something.
a little
You,
something, something.
look, do you go to the barbecues? Because I know they have barbecues like probably every weekend, right over
So
there.
yeah, those are my other extended family. My brothers, my Pacific Island brothers and sisters. Man, I love y'all. Took care of me. So as we get into this conversation, you'll see like that how much they really took care of me and really molded me into the person I am.
Oh wow! See, it's a sign. I must come back to Cali soon. The East,
Absolutely.
look, I know you guys could take the rain. It was like snowing a little bit, and I was like, "Wait, hold up! It wasn't supposed to snow today, but it was from snow to rain. I don't know what's going on here in the East Coast. I'm in Virginia right now, so
Woo. Okay. Well, I know it's cold over there. I got to be cold over there right now.
yeah, I I love Cali weather. Mm-mm-mm. So, with that being said, sir, I have several questions for you tonight.
Yeah.
And let's go. Number one, who or what inspired you to start a career in the music industry?
I would probably have to say my mom.
Oh,
My mom was a singer back in the day. She tried, she would, tried her hand into being an artist. Auditioned for Friends of Distinction. That's a pretty famous band back in the day. Um, went to Detroit, did all that stuff, and obviously didn't really pan out that way. But she was always singing around me all the time, always playing. Between her and my dad, they were all constantly playing R&B stuff, jazz, hip hop. So that's really, my mom was really one of the first ones to kind of put me in that situation because she put me in choir when I was 4 years old. Yeah.
oh,
So yeah, being in
okay.
choir at like 4 years old, um, I found out that I could sing around that time. Like, being like as young as I was and like having like such a very raw talent.
Uh-huh.
The school that I went to was a Christian school. School that I went to, I actually probably really didn't see that type of talent, you know what I'm saying, at that time. I went to Christian school, it was, mainly white
Mhm.
folks. And so when I got there and was singing the way I was singing there, they put me at the forefront as like a 5-year-old, you know what I'm saying, singing choir and stuff like that, just because my voice was it was very different and it was kind of polished, for my age at that time. So, they put me a little bit in the front sometimes when I was there. So, and that it kind of built from there.
Okay, when I was listening to your music, right? What was it? I think it was leg day. Um, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Because I did hear like you were rapping, but then, you went into your R&B thing. And I was like, wait, what's going on? He need to go ahead and do his R&B.
I've been told that plenty of times.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, I think he's hiding his voice here. I don't know what's going on, but he sounds real smooth. I don't know what song it was. I listened to like the whole album, or it was really good. Um, yeah, I heard it, and I was like, okay, okay, he's rapping, but he's singing too at the same time. Like, I need to ask
Hmm.
him about this. So now that you told me that you're in choir, now I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I was in choir from kindergarten to. So I went to this private school from when I was about kindergarten to about third grade. So that's how long I was in the choir.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was surprised you didn't do the, talent show, or maybe you did in high school or middle school.
No, I did. My talent shows were more performing just in front of people, like whenever I got the chance. You know what I'm saying? Singing whenever people would ask me to sing. I try. I say this. I tried when we were kids. I tried to put together like this little R&B group. It was me,
Uh-huh.
and a couple friends of mine, and we tried to. Matter of fact, my homegirl Elise. Shout out Elise. She to this day is still my homegirl. We tried to have like a little 3-person R&B group. Uh,
Oh.
we try. Oh man, it probably panned out maybe like a month, But we were kids writing songs, coming to school singing them. You know what I'm saying? See if we
Uh-huh.
can do something. But it was just kids being kids.
I love it. I love it. You guys are already entrepreneurs as a child.
Yeah,
That-
trying to be right.
That's so awesome. Wow. Um, so can you recall the exact moment that you knew you wanted to pursue this career path?
Yeah. So I was actually in high school. My 11th grade year in high school. I had a couple of friends who we actually just started, or they started um making beats using the FL Studio. And
Okay.
so they would always come to school, talk about, oh yeah, we was at such and such's house, making beats and freestyling and rapping and stuff like that. And so, I'm like, cool. I want to come too. I want to hang out. And so, that from there on, I went to my friend's house at the time, and we freestyled right after high school, and then from then on, I was like, yeah, this is this is what I like to do. This is gonna be
Mm,
the thing. And once I got introduced to actually, making beats in FL Studios, that was a wrap. So I say about
mm.
17 years old is when I actually I was like, you know what, I could take this serious. And
Uh,
that was when it really started to unfold from right then and there. And my homeboys, like real talk, uh I Jesus Christ, child, my kid. But my homeboys, I love these dudes to death because they actually encouraged me without necessarily knowing that they did.
mm,
Because when we first start out, you know what I'm saying, that all your stuff is just is trash. Every last bit of it is garbage. But you have to have the thick skin and the wherewithal to
mm.
understand like all criticism isn't to tear you down. Criticism sometimes is to kind of help you build. Even if it sounds negative, it's very much there to help you build. And so a lot of my homeboys, oh my god, my dog. So
It's
a
all
lot of
good.
my homeboys, they they did a lot of that, but I knew it was very much encouraging because they would always ask me, "Hey, did you make another one, or do you have more?" You know what I'm saying? They always kept it going. So
Right.
I appreciate those my brothers just for that, just for
Mhm.
actually keeping me focused in that area.
Oh wow. Wow, shout out to the team for sure.
Absolutely.
Um, did you by chance, right, as you were rapping, were you also thinking about R&B, like putting snippets of R here I go with the whole R&B thing.
So no, not really, because I was in such like so I grew up in like the whole backpacker. I was like a majorly hip hopper
Okay.
backpacker, underground, wearing puka shells. Only color I wore was brown. Was where, you know what I'm saying, that type of guy. That's how hip hop I was. And so
Okay.
I came from that type of like, okay, you have to be this lyrical dude. You have to come out. You have to be, yeah. You have to freestyle all the time. Like, I came up that way, having to kind of go through the grind of bit, like really becoming a rapper. Doing something like what our predecessors did, you know what I'm saying? Rapping, battling people on the streets, going up
Mhm.
there, you know what I'm saying, losing battles, winning battles, doing stuff
Right.
like that. So that was really more my main thing, was like showing how dope I could be as a rapper, as a writer. Um
Mm,
and it wasn't, and that, and like how what type of beats that I can kill too. So, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't necessarily, I wasn't even trying to be like no producer like that. I was just making beats just because I didn't want to ask for, other people for beats. And I was tired of getting them off of mp3.com at that time. So shout out to Dice Raw, by the way, because I used to get a lot of his beats, and he's a super famous producer.
wow.
Um, yeah.
That's so cool because, like, on your songs, right? I also noticed that it may not have been the R&B flow, right? I take that back. Maybe the flow was there, but the lyrics to your music was like a romantic, R&B flow, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
you're engaging the hip hop side along with the R&B. I keep wanting to go back to the whole R&B thing. I don't know why, but you're like versatile. You can
Think
do
I'm for
both.
sure gonna drop. So this already been talking. I've been talking about this for like a couple years, but I've already been talking with like two of my homies, like a team or whatever. Like I'm gonna drop an R&B project this year for sure.
Okay.
It may not be a lot of songs, but I'm dropping it just so I can like I'm touch the waters and see how people are gonna take it. And then after that, it'll be a full-fledged, like it might take me like a year to actually get it completed, like R&B album. But I'm gonna drop like a little project of R&B this year for sure, 100%.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Is it going to be like a mixtape deal, or is it just going to be a single
It's gonna
EP?
be probably a mixtape EP slash, like, you know what I'm saying, not gonna be a lot of songs. It's like I said, it's just gonna be
Nice.
more so me just doing something different. It's gonna be a very, very dope marketing campaign behind it. I'll say that, just because like I'll be able to finesse this in a way that I wouldn't be able to do it as a rapper. Yeah, I'm
Mm.
for sure going to 100% going to have an R&B project. And shout out to my boy uh uh C Wells.
Mhm.
He's probably gonna be the one producing most of it, and he's a hell of a producer. So shout out my brother C Wells.
Oh, shout out to C Wells. I can't wait. Um, so, what challenges have you faced during your journey in becoming this music artist?
um Probably the typical journeys, the going to shows and performing in front of nobody, going to dealing with janky promoters,
Mm,
dealing with the pay for play thing, which I'm so glad that's done for.
yeah.
And if you still paying for play, man,
Oof,
man, stop.
right.
Stop, big dog. Because it ain't worth it, man. You can do it on your own if it comes down to that. But just those type of things. Writer's block.
Mm,
Um, Fortunately, I've always had a studio my whole music career, so that's never been an issue. Again, fortunately, I went to school as to be an engineer, like to learn the engineer stuff. So being an engineer and
mm,
recording, that's never been an issue with me. Producing has never been an issue with me. It's just more so just like the other nuances.
mm,
Dealing with people who say they're gonna do things and they don't. Um,
mm.
rubbing shoulders with these major artists, and nothing really comes about it. But that's again just me being naive to the situation, and me having to live and learn.
Right. Wow. Yeah, it's really interesting because I find a lot of artists would say that of course they get tunnel vision, and it's probably not, it's probably just maybe their lane and what they have to do as
Hmm.
far as labels are concerned, but definitely understand where you're coming from here. So how have you persevered despite these challenges?
Um, Sticking to the script and not what to say, keeping the main thing, like making sure, like,
Mhm,
okay, make quality music. Just continue to make quality music. Everything is always gonna fall is will land where they lay. But if I just continue making the quality music,
right.
that's what's gonna help me persevere. You know what I'm saying? Like telling these stories of failure
Mhm,
is gonna help the next person, who listens to me, is going to help them
mhm,
relate, I'm saying? So, and so on and forth. Then they're going to tell that person, and so on and so forth. So yeah, just being able to stay consistent in great music has been able to help me persevere, and being able to change with the times, not being stuck in old ways,
mhm,
embracing new talent, and
mhm,
trying to not I'm not saying conforming, but just embracing it and understanding that it's out there. And
mhm,
you can definitely, there's always ways to tweak your own music, always.
mhm.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's right there has been able to help me persevere. And then my baby too. So
Oh yeah,
my
most
daughter right there,
definitely.
that right there, boy, was a super push, super push.
Wow. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh wow, that's yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But hey, I feel the same way with my kids. So
Hmm. Helps you keep on going, right? Makes you understand, like, hey, what am I really doing this for?
right. Gets you to the next level that you need to go on to, like
Right.
like a video game, Super Mario Brothers or something.
Absolutely. It's like eating a mushroom. That's okay, yeah. My kids, my battery pack right there.
Oh my goodness, that's so true. So, what was your best collaboration? Because I know you've collaborated with multiple people.
Yeah. My best collaboration,
Yeah.
and this is like, no, this is not any slight to anybody that I've worked with in the past, but it's actually just recently. Um, I have or actually, I'm featured on a song by Curtis King, where
Mhm.
he's talking about his son.
Mm,
The song is called Sunshine, spelled SON and then shine. And it's, why that's such an important song to me is because of the message behind it. Um, so his son, so if we hear the song, his son is on the spectrum.
mhm,
And it hit me so much because I have an older sister and her daughter. They were on the spectrum as well. So
mhm,
being able to understand that and give a message and tell parents who could be dealing with this at the time, or
mhm,
if it does happen to, they would have heard this song and be able to understand and find ways to be okay with what has happened to your child. And I'm not saying
mhm,
it's a bad thing. I use it, I'll say that it's a blessing. It's a blessing
mhm,
to be able to have that have happened, because God picked you to be the ones to take care of this child. So you're
mhm,
obviously you were chosen right for
mhm,
this situation. So that's why, like, that song is such a beautiful song. So that's
mhm,
why it's because it's important. It's a very,
mhm,
very, very important song. Like, I've had great songs, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to, like, the importance of, like, making music, the reason why we make music is to help
mhm,
others and to heal. That right there
mhm.
is my all-time, it definitely been my favorite. I'm getting chills just thinking about talking about it.
Me
Yeah.
too. Wow, thank you for that. Yeah, I have a son, a middle son that's on the spectrum as well. It's
Mm.
high functioning. So
Absolutely. And I
yeah.
love his son Nas. That's my little nephew right there. Shout out Nas, man, love him to death. Was just like I said, just was just with them
Mhm,
this past week. Lovely family, and Nas couldn't have had better parents.
Mhm.
Parents are my God. So that's why that song is so
Yeah.
it's such a great. It's my favorite collaboration because it is so special to me and it's special to the world.
Oh yes, most definitely. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it does help parents to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel going
Absolutely.
through stuff. But yeah, shout out to him. Um, on a lighter note, thank
Sorry.
you for that. No, that's okay. Now
Yeah,
now you
yeah.
got me all in my emotions.
Sorry. By the
So
way, everybody, please go check out that song "Sunshine." It's on his extended warranty album. It's called "Sunshine." It's a beautiful song.
thank you so much. Um, name three artists that you would like to open up a show for.
Three artists. Damn, that's gonna be hard. Uh, I'm just gonna
And,
say these names and let it fall where they lay. Larry June, Kendrick Lamar, Drake.
okay, okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
You
I
know
know
what?
I could say more, but I'm like, yeah, I'm just right there. I'm shooting for the big dogs.
Okay. I was. I. I. You know what? I really want to say Ice Cube for some reason. You kind
Yo,
of
I
like, you
look.
kind of like remind me.
I've been getting Ice Cube since I was like 8, 9 years old. And that's like this only because I've always had that, like I've always had curly hair or braids or whatever. And I look just like this. But and then my mustache don't help either, man. I get it. I got this little round face. Trust me, I got it, man. People
I,
get me all the time with Ice Cube.
I, hey, I love. And today was a good day. Okay.
Yo, you feel me? And then don't it like and then what I usually because I usually have my curls out
Oh,
with my hat on. I'm like, oh yeah, I for sure look like what's the name from Boys in the Hood.
right.
I
Oh
for
my
sure
god.
look like him.
Oh my goodness. I don't I don't want to come right out now and say, hey, see, I can't even go on with the show. Oh Lord. Today was a good day.
Man. That's actually my favorite song from Cube too. Today's again my favorite song, my favorite video from Cube.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Now I can only picture him driving down the street
See,
with the hydraulics.
see, see.
Oh
love that
goodness.
because it went in. What I forgot what song it went into after that. Because it was
Mm.
supposed to be it was a two music videos. It was Good Day and then see you done messed
I
me.
had
I
to.
forgot. But I remember it being it was a two video thing. I'm pretty sure Vince, shout out
Yeah.
the Messiah, by the way, honest
Oh
assholes.
yeah. Yes.
He'll correct me. I'm pretty sure he'll correct me.
I'm still stuck in the '90s, but yeah. Shout out to Messiah on his a holes
Yeah,
for
honest
sure.
cheat code.
Thank you so much for because he was the one that pointed me to you. So I'm so glad that you're able to join me this evening.
Absolutely.
It's a teamwork makes the dream work.
Amen. 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 Amen.
So who is Eugene O'Neil? Besides everything I said.
I am just I'm really just honest, just a kid from Rialto who likes sports. I like Japanese anime. I like goofy shit. I'm like a random Snapple fact cap. I like a lot of stuff, man. Obviously love music. Just I don't know. I just love life, to be honest with you. Um, man, who I am is shit. I don't know. I mean, I can't say I don't know. I mean, I know who I am, but I mean, like, I love life so much. I love things so much, and like a lot of things have happened to me in the last, you know, again, bringing up my daughter, like having her has made me look at things so much differently.
Mhm.
Um, and move my life differently. So I'm just a loving person who wants to see everyone succeed. I don't have a ill will bone in my body, unless it's bugs. uh, yeah, nah, man. I'm really just a genuinely happy person. And I really want the best out of every situation from anybody. If even if it ain't me, I root for you.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. You sound like a Leo. You sure you're not in the cusp of a Leo?
Nah, man, I'm a cancer like a mofo, man. I'm a super cancer, man. Like, I could have Leo traits. That could vary because
Hey.
my sister's is like that too. She my sister would give you the shirt off
Uh-huh.
her back, but if she punched you in the
Yep.
face, this is fast too. So that's the other side. She'll
True.
punch
Facts.
Hey,
Facts.
so my brother's the same way, so I'm pretty sure you the same way too. Like, I love you to death, but I will give you an uppercut just as fast.
Too funny. Okay, okay. We know that they rubbed off on you.
Yeah, oh, 100, 100.
Oh my goodness, that's great. So
These are
do
great
you
questions, by the way.
oh
Great,
thank you. Yeah. Makes you think, right?
absolutely, absolutely, great questions.
Um, do you read music like music sheets or play an instrument? I know that you said you were in choir, so I'm assuming,
Yeah.
which I shouldn't, that you probably played an instrument too.
No, unfortunately, no. I do not play any instruments. Taught. I play at a lot of things. I play at the piano. I play at the drums.
Uh-huh.
But no, I'm not musically taught. I can read sheet music. It's just gonna
Okay.
take me a while. I'm gonna be like the remedial kid. Like, just give me a second. But I mean, I can read sheet music.
Okay.
It's I haven't read sheet music in almost 10 years, so it's been a while. But I know how to read sheet music for sure. I know
Okay.
I know how to do it in a singer's aspect of it. I mean, it's pretty much the same
Oh.
thing, but like, and as a singer, like, I don't have to play the notes. I can just sing the note.
Mm.
So that's the difference.
Okay, yeah. Same thing. Same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
I'm
I
sure
would
you.
no, I'm working on that is my goal.
Uh-huh.
Before my time is up, I'm at least gonna learn how to play the piano like classically. That's what I
Mm.
really want to do. Like I said, I get around knowing keys, knowing notes, knowing stuff like that. But to truly like dive into like music and really understand it and love it, I believe that you need to learn some type of instrument
Mhm.
uh to be able to really express who you are
Mhm.
in music. And that, again, that's not to say that you can't express yourself without learning it, but just for me, I believe that's the
Mhm.
way you do it.
Yes, most definitely. But hey, if you could pick up that instrument and just play by ear, that's even better.
And that's what I normally I can
Yeah.
play things by ear, but it's hard for me to retain, like, I don't have the muscle memory for it. So when it comes to that, I'll play it and then like I'll play it for the moment that I needed it, and I won't go back to
Mhm.
try to perfect it. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? Like, if I'm using, especially if I'm making a beat, it's really just for the moment. And then once I got it, all right, cool. I won't. I don't have to do this again.
Mm. But that's good though because it makes you unique and it has your original form for the beat, so nobody can take that beat.
No, right. Like, I did. I replayed. What's the was it? Is it Dave Hollister's? I wish I never met her, and I wish I
Mm.
never met her. That song. So I replayed that song. I learned it so I could replay it. So now, like, you can't come at me with copyrights because I replayed this, and I
Mm.
added a different key here and there. But I actually did that.
See, now you're making me go back to the whole R&B thing. I'm still stuck in the '90s for some reason. I'm a '90s girl, okay?
That's a great place to be stuck. That's a great, because music was cracking during the 90s. Just
Man,
boom during the 90s.
I'll think about that artist. I'll tell you when I when I come up with this. He's in my head. I don't know why, but anyway. Um, what steps do you take when creating your music?
It's very I don't have it down to a science. It's really just kind of happens if I'm for me. So if I'm so I'll start like this. If I'm the one creating the basis of it, which like the beat,
Mhm.
then for me when I'm creating the beat, it's more so okay, am I creating for myself or am I just creating this? So that's step number one. Number two, if I'm creating for myself, it's very intentional. So I'm looking at the feel
Uh-huh.
of the feel of a song. I'm looking at a specific instrument.
Mhm.
Um, and I look at music and sound like as colors. So I
Mm.
look at the color has to be has to match what I'm looking for. Um, and once that's all together for me, then I can start my process of like, okay, I'm creating something like specifically for myself, and then I'll start to build on an idea. Like I have a whole bunch of ideas. I write them down all the time. But that idea, so again, like my ideas, again, this is wild. Like I said, I see sound and music in colors. So I hope that really resonates with people when it comes to that. Because I know a lot of people who do that. So when I say I see sound and music in colors, when I come up with ideas, I see those ideas in those colors as well.
Mm.
So when I'm going down to ideas, okay, so say for instance, I'm talking about like I don't know, we're talking about just another a fun day, a fun day on a Sunday,
It was a
and
good day.
right, it's a good day. So for me, Sundays have like a like an auburn orange to it, like so
Mm.
that's the color that I have when it comes to that. So I'll start to write things in that type of light. Cookouts,
Oh.
summertime fun, anything that for me that reminds me of like that color and that type of setting. So
Mhm.
that's kind of how I'll go about when it comes to like writing music and making my songs. I know that sounds like a super complicated way, but like it's my brain like moves fast like that. So it's like it's bam, 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 bam. So I'm like, oh damn, I already know when I make this beat, this subject's gonna come up, or when I make this beat, that was gonna come up. So I know how to talk about here. You feel me?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it sounds simple. I mean,
Right?
it
Yeah.
might be maybe complex a lot, but I know I definitely I like that. I like that method. You know, this thinking about the picnic and the barbecues that
Right.
you probably go to.
Right. But I could be dead in the middle of December, but like if I'm making a beat
Yeah.
that reminds me of like winter or summer, then I'm gonna talk about
Mm.
it.
Yeah,
You know?
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Um. So, do you like the virtual or in-person platform, and why?
It depends on what you're talking about, like shows and stuff like that.
I we can talk about shows. Yeah.
Like shows, podcasts. What do you talk about? What would you be referring to when it comes to that?
Uh, I mean, in general, whatever you would like to talk about, whatever comes to mind.
Honestly, the digital age is kind of where it's at, so I don't have a problem with anything digital. Like matter of fact, we just did. I just did a show with my boy Curtis. Everything
Oh,
it was live, but it was live streamed.
oh,
So and that's like kind of something I've been wanting to do anyway. I've done it. I did it before, so that's the thing that I think the future is going to be having when it comes to artists and showcasing their content and who they are. Because look, it's going to a lot of these venues, like going to venues now
hmm,
and maybe on in into the further future might start to dwindle away just because
huh,
of what we've been having in our own society and stuff like that. We have no idea if another pandemic were to ever happen. So it really just comes to how innovative can you be when it comes to your craft.
hmm,
And I believe that the live streaming aspect of things, because not all of your fans live where you're at, you know,
right,
and a lot of
right,
your fans would love to see a live performance from you, but they can't, and they can't get down there. They either don't have them they more than likely just don't have the means to get there, however that
right.
may be. Um, so the digital age, I believe, is needed for those people like that. Now the other side, you always want to be able to come in contact with the people who fuck with you or f with
Mhm.
you. I'm sorry, I don't know if we can curse, but I apologize. F with you. um, you always want to be able to talk and see them in real time, meet them, greet them, shake their hands, possibly give them a hug, give them autographs, stuff like give them physical copies of merch, of your CDs, stuff like that. So that's all, you
Yeah.
always want that too. So I think they both hold weight in the space, and I don't think either one of them are going away, because you don't want the digital aspect to go away, because you're going to reach a bigger crowd when you're doing certain things, and you don't want the physical aspect to go away, because you still want to be in front of, and you still want these people to know that you're real.
Right, right. It's funny because I was just talking with an artist, or maybe several artists, about the gas station, right? When you used to put your stuff on CDs, you used to
Man,
sell it, and or donate, hey, whatever you want to donate type of thing. Because like back in
right.
the day, look, back in the 90s when I used to purchase all these CDs, I'm dating myself.
Me
um,
too. I was right
look,
there. I was pressing CDs and selling them, so I got you.
look, 15.99 plus tax for
You feel
one
me?
CD. That's better than
You know the
less
numbers.
why is $15.99
You know the
plus
numbers
tax?
though. God damn.
That's more than a stream, right? Than less than a
Right.
penny.
That's more than, so $14.99 is probably like four. That's about 20,000 streams.
You know,
I'll
I'm
take
just
that.
saying. Look,
I'll take that.
and so I was telling the music artist, I said, we gotta bring the CDs back, or something that's physical, tangible, to give your audience, because that's cash flow that you can't get from Spotify.
Right. You
or
can't get from
whatever.
Spotify. You can't really get from streaming, but like Spotify specifically. I mean, at least
Right.
Tidal and Apple Music give you some type of glimmering hope, but Spotify for sure don't.
Right. So let's get back with the CD, y'all, or something.
Again,
So
so that's why I say shout out my boy Curtis King. He's literally the pioneer for the person who's doing this right now. He's back to basics, going back to, hey man, I got CDs, I got digital copies, bro. What you
yeah,
need? What you know what I'm saying? So that, yeah, I'm a direct to consumer person too. So 100.
yeah. I mean, look, my sister back in the day, they used to purchase A-track and vinyl. So I mean, like the vinyls, I know some
Woo-wee.
stores that still have the vinyls. You know what I mean? I mean, there's people that still play with the vinyls.
I still got
So
my crates when I was like, I used to look. So my sample game. Once I stepped away from FL Studios for a little bit, I got an MPC 1000 and 2500. When I tell you, I got me a Newmark, OG Newmark with the rubber bands, with the little needle. When I learned how to when I was really sampling, my OG sampler was legit. So no, I know still got all my records, all my joints. I got my dad's old records. If I need to get down and get real analog, I can, and I will.
mic
I for
drop.
sure will.
I love it. I love it. That's the way to go a lot of times, because like when the phone, when your battery power dies, then you gotta, what I'm saying, like, get your cup.
break out, yeah, go, yeah, get that cut with that string. Exactly, you damn right. Absolutely. That that is for sure, and I've done that plenty of times. By the way, as a
Yeah.
kid, I did that plenty of times.
This is like, before all this technology. I mean, I'm grateful for technology, but before all this technology, you had a lot of peace, right? Because
Yes.
nobody talked with you, contacted you. Like you couldn't be found unless they knocked to your door. So,
Unless they knocked on your damn door, then they'd be your daddy or your mama answering like, "Hey, nah, he ain't here, or he can't get up, or they can't get out." No.
oh man, yeah, I miss that. I miss those days sometimes. Like now it's like a text message or whatever. You can't go away to a deserted island.
Nah, man, unless you own that motherfucker. Or I can't
That's
stop
true.
cursing. I apologize. Jesus. I apologize. You can't, yeah,
Oh,
unless you own that mofo.
no worries.
I mean, I'm from the West Coast,
Oh,
man. We keep saying,
hey,
I'm from the West Coast. I'm from Rialto, California, man. It's hard for me to not curse sometimes, so I apologize.
it's all good. It's all good. Sometimes I might slip up, so it is what it is. So think back to a situation, right, when it was difficult to meet a project deadline. What did you learn from that experience?
All the time. I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, you're never gonna meet a project deadline. I don't know any artist who met their project deadline. Have always pushed it back. That's why it's hard for like. I mean, I'll say this. I'll say it like this. I've never met an artist who had a project deadline that the music wasn't finished yet. So if the
Mhm.
music is finished, they'll have a project deadline and they'll meet that deadline. But if the music ain't finished and they're like, hey, dropping in March, what a yada yada yada, and they got one song recorded, it's not coming out on
Uh-uh.
March, whatever
Nope.
number he said.
Maybe the following March.
Maybe the following March, it's for sure not coming out that March. I guarantee you. Yeah, I've hell, I mean, thankfully most of the stuff I've done has been like mixtape stuff. So like, album they're not anticipating like, okay, like a tentative date being set for like an album. But when I did drop my album, I dropped it on the day that I wanted to, because I was very
Uh-huh.
specific about why I dropped it on that date. So the Good for Health Bath for Education album I dropped in 2020. I
Okay.
dropped it on March 15th, which is the day that that Brutus betrayed Caesar. Yeah,
Oh wow.
I've
Wow.
always loved that date. Because I love that story. And I'm not saying like
Wow.
I loved it when Brutus. No, I'm not saying Brutus was him betraying his boy was a good thing. No thing.
Right, right,
No,
right.
I love the story behind it,
Mhm.
and just the date. And it's
Yeah.
a significant date for me,
Huh.
and it's a significant day for a lot of people. So if I'm dropping it on March 15th, and you're a
Yeah.
history buff, kind of like I am, you understand what that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, or if I drop it on my birthday that I'm done that before, you understand what July 14th means. It's storming of the Tower of Bastilles. People
Mm,
don't know that, but so like I said, again, I'm a history buff when it comes to like stuff like that. So I'm
okay.
very specific when it comes to like,
Huh.
if I'm dropping an album, it's gonna drop on the date, and there's a specific reason why I'm dropping it on that date.
Mm, I like that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is very interesting. I mean, I like your forethought on the why, right? Because a lot of people are just like, just do it on Valentine's Day,
Yeah, nah,
whatever,
nah. For
what I'm
what? Because everybody's gonna do something on that type of day.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's an open that's that type of history for me doesn't scratch my itch. It the things that I like is like the historic things that actually
Yeah.
changed history, changed
Right.
things that
Right.
actually like, oh, that the our world is now different because of the situation. So
Yes.
that's why that's why I'll drop my stuff on like I said, March 15th, July 14th. Uh what was the Oklahoma bombings? Say stuff like that. Like I'll do. There's a specific reason why I'm doing it,
Mm,
and the message that I'm sending is behind that. You know what I'm saying?
mm, mhm, mhm. Most definitely. I love it. I can't stop thinking about Ice Cube.
I'm gonna get
Oh man, I'm gonna.
until
Ice Cube need to sponsor this.
I'm gonna get Ice Cube until I meet the brother, man. And then when that happens, man, people be like, "Oh, that's Ice Cube's other son." Like, no, bro, me and Ice Cube could definitely be brothers because he's my brother's age. But no,
Okay, I'll try not to speak
no, it's all good.
speak of his
I
name
but
again.
I do say I would love, and I can't wait until the day that I actually do meet Ice Cube, because I do want to pick his brain, just talk to him, just human being to human being.
Yeah.
You know, very similar to the question that you asked me, because I want to know that stuff as well. Um,
Mhm.
so yes, I'll take the Ice Cube thing as long as hey, as long as that gets me closer to Ice Cube,
Uh-huh.
I'll take it.
Yeah, don't sleep on him now. Like he,
One of my favorite rappers. One of my
yes,
favorite rappers. Loved him. Love
man,
him. Excuse me.
he's all about the unity for social justice too, for sure. Like
He is.
everything
He
he's
is.
about. But okay. So share an experience illustrating how your communication style makes you an effective artist.
My
Because
communication.
we because
That's a
look, you're very effective in your communication. So I'm just
no,
saying.
I am. Yeah, if I don't, so all right. So when we get into a studio, and so we're in the studio with an artist or whatever, and where I'm getting my headphones on, and I see. So for me, when I walk to a studio as an engineer, my engineering brain, I look
Yeah.
at everything and I see what's going on. I watch the settings. I see what you're doing. I see blah, 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 which is one of the reasons why I became an engineer. I never became an engineer to engineer other people's shit. I never did. I only did that
Mm,
just so I can learn I can learn that part of the business
right.
and learn the sound. And so I know what I want, and I know when another engineer's bullshitting me, and I've caught those dudes all the Jesus bull
Wow.
s me, and I've caught those dudes all the time, and I catch them all the time. So
Huh.
I make it seem like so for me, you can't really BS me when it comes to sound and like what I want from my own voice. So
Uh-huh.
whenever I get into a studio, whenever I have a situation to where like, okay, it's my turn to record, I let the engineer, whoever's engineering, know, okay, this is what I want. Blah blah. I need this. I need this setting here, this setting here, this here. I need it here, 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 and here. So I know my voice is where it's supposed to be. If it's
Mm,
not, if you can't do that, then we can't work.
mm.
Serious.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
most of the time, and I'm not saying, yeah, well, shit. Most of the time, the engineer will hear that from me and know he knows what I'm talking about. And I like, yo, let me grab that mouse real quick. Let me go ahead and do you have this plug in? Okay, no. Can you get this plug in? Okay, cool. Let's get this on here, blah, blah, blah. And let's make sure that my voice sounds this way. If it doesn't sound this way, it's gonna sound bad.
Wow.
And that's the other. Yeah, I'm very technical when it comes to recording, and like most professional artists are. Snoop is, Dre is, Drake is, Cole is. Every person who was dedicated to their craft and art understand where they want their voice to sit in a song.
Mm,
And so and you don't have to be an engineer to know that. You just have to understand what made you sound great in maybe in one setting. You take that setting and make sure it moves around to everybody. Make sure you understand that. Make sure you know what you're talking about when you're talking to an engineer, because it can go very bad. And as you've heard, a lot of music will come out sounding like butt, because either that artist, more than likely that artist didn't know what they were talking about, or they didn't know what they were doing when it came in getting into the booth. They just saw an engineer. They figured the engineer knew what they were doing, and they let the engineer do their thing. No, you need to know your sound, your ear when it comes to music. You
mhm,
need to know sonically how you're going to sound on this beat, on this, you know what I'm saying, the song. If when you get on the mic and in your headphones it sounds like trash, you're like, oh
mhm,
well, the engineer's gonna help you out. The engineer's not gonna help you out. If you don't guide them or direct them to where you need to go,
mhm.
they're going to make your voice sound like what they think it's gonna sound like, and it could either sound like butt or they can get lucky. Most of the time, 80% of the time, it's gonna sound like butt, and we've heard that.
Wow.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, 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 no. That's good because I'm just recollecting from one of my interviews. It was a producer, I believe producer. Well, yeah, he made beats and so and you know helped engineer the music, right? Songs for artists. And they okay, so I guess there was one time where he was trying to tell the artist, no, I think you would, you know, your voice would be better right
Mhm,
here, but
mhm,
they didn't want to listen. So then
uh-huh,
after everything was done, it's like, well, why does it sound like that? Well, I told you to have your voice set here, like you were saying.
right.
So that makes a lot of sense. So if you don't know, um, you know, so what happens, like say for instance, the typical artist that don't know about settings and such, what would you recommend to them to better
So I
facilitate it?
say this. So if you're an artist coming up and you get into a situation where the engineer, and you don't know anything like that, but the engineer is telling you, first of all, if an engineer is giving you any advice, that means he cares about that specific project. Us engineers are actually taught to shut our mouths. We're actually taught to say, okay, cool, whatever you like, cool, whatever. That's how we're
Mm,
taught. We're taught to shut up and not give an opinion. That is how we were taught in every single engineering school. Um, but if you're a real good engineer and you actually care about what you do, you open your mouth. Pause. You actually go out there and give that artist constructive criticism. Now, in the sense of when that artist does not take that constructive criticism, that's when you
mhm.
shut up.
Okay.
So if it sounds like shit stuff, sounds like if it sounds crappy, that's because of the artist, not the engineer. That engineer actually cared.
Mm,
So whenever you find yourself in a situation where an engineer is giving you a critique, that engineer knows exactly what they're talking about and they know how to help you. If you don't take that information, it's that whatever song that you're working on is going to sound bad and you're not going to want to put it out. And that's just real stuff.
mm, mm. Lots of gems being dropped tonight, boy.
Yeah. I'm a graduate the prestigious Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California. I know what I'm talking about.
Mm. See, you heard it here. And then in the No 360 with Mr. Eugene O'Neil. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. So, how do you stay motivated in producing new inspiring music?
I have new things to talk about every single day. I see new things to talk about every single day. I have a passion to want to give my thoughts or my inspiration to people every single day. Again, my baby, my kid, my
Yes.
girl, she helps me out too. Like she definitely gives me ideas of like in life.
Mm,
Um, yeah, just life experiences keeps me motivated to want to continue to go on and make music.
mhm,
Uh, I don't subscribe to the you get a certain age and you stop, or you get a certain age and you don't know what to talk about. I don't subscribe to none of that stuff. I have a lot to talk about at my age. I have a lot to talk about, what stuff that I haven't talked about when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Would have a lot of stories about that,
mm,
and so that's the type of motivation that you're always gonna have. Like your experiences in your life is should be the motivation of what you want to do. If you want to be an artist, a musician, something you want to do, you want to like speak, then your everyday situation should be your motivation to want to talk about it.
mhm.
Don't be Andre 3000. I would love to sit there and talk to him. I would love to, but don't be three stacks. Don't say I don't. What am I going to talk about? Colonoscopy? Yeah, talk about it. Why not?
Mm. Yeah, definitely need that. Make sure you get that checked, by the way.
Yeah, get it
I
done.
mean, no,
Like
seriously.
you
Yeah,
open the doors to people who don't want
yeah,
to see the doctor. Like, bro, you haven't
yeah,
just you being Andre 3000 and speaking about everyday things that happen to
right.
everyday humans is a gem.
Yeah, hmm, for sure. I mean, I'm an advocate for public health, so
But
being
why
that I'm
not
in public
though?
health right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but like, why not like talk about things? Just like my
yeah,
bro Curtis King talk about his son. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different things that you can talk about that would help the people that you want to listen to you.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's the type of stuff that keeps me going. Hell, alcoholism, you know what I'm saying? Things like you
Yeah,
smoking too much weed, like things like that you think about on a daily. Like, damn, I'm old. I gotta stop doing this. Let's rap about it. Let's talk about it.
yeah.
You know,
Hey, we need to come back on the show and talk about these things, different topics. I'm serious.
hey, look, I'm again, I am open to anything that anybody wants to talk about. Whatever you would like to talk about, bring me back and we can talk about it.
Okay, okay, for sure, for sure.
We ain't gotta be.
Yeah,
We ain't gotta. It ain't gotta just be music. I I dive into a little bit of politics. I dive into a little bit of the entertainment world. Whatever you need, man. I have an opinion about it.
Okay, no, that's great. That's great because I had one artist come on and he was talking about mental health. So we were talking about mental health issues and stuff that he went through. It was one of the episodes because it is real, mental health just in general, pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID,
Yeah.
and it's definitely real. So,
In
but
this
yeah.
space of being an artist, coming from where I come from, and a lot of people have my background, millions of black men, black women, and every POCs, like we all have this type of background. It's not specific to us, but being able to speak about it, being able to express your own different situation, how you were able to overcome, is something that I think everybody needs to listen to. It's therapeutic.
Mhm.
Um, like you said earlier, it's something to see. You can see a light through the end of the tunnel. Um, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I love it. I love it. So, speaking about inspiring music, you recently came out with your tracks entitled Down Bad, featuring Tansu Phillip, and Through the Pain, featuring A Sincere. What was the inspiration behind these tracks?
Woo! So let's talk about Down Bad. So I'm gonna talk about Down
Yeah.
Bad. So that was a mixture of a couple of stories that happened. These are true stories that happened in my life. Um, and I was just giving so I'm very good at being able to take different parts of my experiences and meshing them together to make it sound like one big story.
Mm.
So that's what Down Bad was, and from then on, I was like, oh, I can be able to make this theme wrapped around the show You.
Mm.
So if you ever seen the show You, you know what I mean. So the way that I did, I shot the video in that manner.
Mhm.
I'm a stalker. I see this one girl, blah blah blah, and then she ends up.
I saw.
So I'm not gonna say what actually happens to the girl because with the way the video ends, it ends in for you to have speculation. You can think, well, did she die or did he kidnap her or what's going on? Does he have a whole
Right.
bunch of girls back there or what's going on? So that's the way we ended the video on that one. So I'm not going to speak on the next video,
Okay.
but it's definitely so my very next video is definitely going to be in cahoots with that video.
Okay.
But again, if you listen to the song, it's just story. It's just a culmination of story of my life experiences mixed into one story. So there are so many different stories. You wouldn't be able to, the people that I'm talking about wouldn't be able to pinpoint what I'm saying.
Mm. Yeah, I watched that video and I was like, it started off happy and everything was cool, and I'm like, wait, hold up,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on
yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah. What the hell?
Like,
What's his brother? What's he doing? Why is she wrapped up? Yeah.
wait. Wow. Now,
Through the pain.
uh-huh.
Again, stories. A couple of stories that are melted together
Okay.
and told into a verse. A Sincere, that's my brother right there. He definitely helped me get into that space.
Hmm.
But telling different sides of myself and you know letting the world hear that. And he gave his 2 cents too. So shout out A Sincere, man. Thank you, brother.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh my girl, my baby girl, my girlfriend. She was in the video too. So that's who was in the video is my girl, and my actual girlfriend.
Oh wow. Okay. Shout
Yeah,
out to her.
my
Okay.
baby
That's
mama.
that's so dope. That's so
Miss
dope.
Miss Rissa so far.
Beautiful. um. So, what's the first thing, right, you listen for in a new recording?
How clear my voice is.
Okay.
if my voice isn't clear, we got to talk about it. We got to go back there and fix some things. But I got to make sure my voice is clear, and I'm usually very good at that when in the beginning. I don't want to have to go back. I never want to have to go back. So I'm always very clear in the beginning of like how I want my voice to sound, and it has to sound great when I leave. I don't because I don't me personally, I don't want to come back and have to re-record this. Because if I have to come back and no, I'm serious. If I have to
Right.
come back and re-record this, it's gonna be this. It's gonna sound different. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna want to do it differently. And I like being in the moment at that time and having and like that and liking that moment to be recorded. So that's what I would rather do. I don't ever really want to go back and have to re-record anything. But if I
Well,
have to, I have to. But it may sound different because I'm gonna have a different idea of it when I get into there.
that's so true, and
Mhm.
just thinking about the whole like you know technology where you can think about a text message to text or re-record your message.
Yeah,
It's
right,
kind
right,
of
right. Go back and re-edit that thing, right, right.
yeah,
So
but
if I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna mess up right there in the studio. I'm gonna make sure I got it
right,
perfect. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to.
for
I don't
sure.
want to have to come back and because most times coming back isn't a paid situation. So I would like to get it done that time, please, please.
Yes, yes, yeah, and it probably you probably sounded like and more enthused. Not saying you're not enthused, but to doing it right. To you're putting your time, attention, and energy into that moment.
Not even that. You gave me too much time to think about my voice when you sent me that stuff in the beginning. So if you sent that to yeah, you gave me way too much time to have to think about it. Like I don't care what anybody says, and when you record something, and it could be perfect as hell. That could be the
Mhm.
very last recording. You ride into that thing like, damn, I could have did this differently. Damn, I could have said this. Damn, I could have moved over here. And so you
Mm.
leave people to their thoughts when it comes to that. So when it says like, hey, yo, bro, I need you to re-record this, bro. Yeah, yeah, brother. By the way, you know what? I do need to re-record. So yeah, I don't think you need to. For me personally,
Mhm.
I like to knock it out right then and there. Because don't tell me, hey man, I need to record because I'm gonna be lost for words. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, bro. So I thought this was this. Apparently, it's not that.
Right,
And
right,
again,
right.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'm very, very, very cool with it. It's just like, damn, I thought I got it the first try.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I did it the first try. I thought it was a knockout out the park. But I mean, things happen that way. They 100% happen that way. I just prefer it the first time.
Hmm. And is there like a process when you do that? Like, for instance, you go into the recording studio, you do, your thing, your music. Do they give you the information or like let you listen to it and go over it that right then and
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
or
yeah. I'm never caught off guard. Ever, ever. I've never been caught off guard off any type of music. That's just bad practice.
okay?
I mean, the only time anybody's gonna be caught off guard is if like, hey, bro, hey, I got this beat right here, yada yada yada, which is cool because I like that. Like when we're done with our session, I'm like, hey, bro, hey, I got this right here, man. What do you think of it? Oh, I fuck with that right there,
Uh-huh,
or I mess with that right there. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. Let's run something back. I'll write something real
uh-huh,
quick. Blah blah blah.
okay.
Like when it like that with because that's organic. That's
Mm,
extremely organic. That I love organic encounters. If that man, when I tell you, that's the best thing because they come to that. Those are the greatest songs. It's
uh-huh.
organic encounters.
Mhm.
Some of the best songs. So yeah, I love that. Love that. Love it. Love it. Those are the only time I think most artists will be like, oh man, yeah, yeah, hit me with something different. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got them thinking differently. Oh, now this sounds different. Like, oh, maybe you gave them a sound where they were already thinking about that type of stuff. That their
Huh,
mind was all like, oh, I was already there. Like, yeah, oh, let's rock there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, fair, seriously. Yeah,
right.
that's how a lot of like when you come that way, like, oh yeah, let's rock that. Let me go ahead and do this. Give me like 15 minutes. Bam, bam, bam.
Mm,
We rock it.
okay.
That I love those. I love those. Those are the ones that come out fire, fire,
Oh
fire.
yeah.
Yeah.
I look. I bet I can agree with you because it's like you're manifesting something in your mind and it comes to fruition like the same day.
Right.
It's really, really interesting in the whole organic perspective for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every organic encounter is usually the best ones. The best
Mhm.
ones.
I have to agree. I have definitely have to agree. And that goes with just life in general,
Live in
okay?
general. Right,
Not
right,
just
right, right.
music. Right. Um, so what is one important lesson that you've learned in working in the music industry?
Don't trust everything people say. Take everything as a grain
Mm,
of salt. Everything. Everything. Take everything as a grain of salt. People who are in tune with themselves usually know like when a situation feels good.
mhm,
So when that situation feels good, you know when to react. But uh having to have to move in this industry without like a guidance,
mhm,
um keep your head on a swivel.
mm,
Don't necessarily believe everything until you see it. And
mm,
when you see it, make sure it's contracted.
mm.
That's
Okay.
it. That's really it. Don't be naive to everything. That's it. Don't be naive to everything.
Mhm.
If it sounds too good to be true in this music industry, it's too good to be true. Do not
Okay.
don't put your money where it shouldn't be.
Mhm,
Um keep your mouth shut in certain situations where you shouldn't open your mouth.
mm,
Not as like nigga just shut up and rap. No, I mean that in like in business aspects where you have no idea what they're talking about. Shut
mm,
up, listen,
mhm,
and take information from people who know more than you.
mm.
Um,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know, I've heard like entrepreneurs say, do the opposite of what people are saying or doing. So, like for instance, the whole see it. I have to see it to believe it. They say you have to believe it, that then you see it. It's kind of like a manifestation,
Hmm.
doing it, and then you're visualizing what's the outcome going to be, type of
Uh-huh.
thing. Do you
What
believe in that aspect?
I do, I do. If you're gonna believe something, believe what you believe, but stay consistent in what you believe. If you're not consistent, then it's not gonna happen. That's the other
Uh,
side. And,
that's
and, and
true.
that and that's what happens. That's what happens. Like people get mad that it didn't happen in a month. Like you could be consistent for 30 days, cool, great, but be consistent for 6 months. Be consistent for a year. That's the difference
Mm,
in how things work. So if you're not
yeah,
consistent for a very long time, then you're gonna get short attention spans, and that you can only blame yourself.
that's so true. No, no, like
You can only blame
that
yourself.
definitely, yeah, definitely
I
agree.
got my
It's
homies. I have homeboys. One of my bros, my brother. He's really the only millionaire like that I know personally,
Mhm.
and I've watched him work. His work ethic is wild. It's crazy,
Mm,
and I say, yeah, I could do that. But then I look at like some of the other people who like around him, and he said it too. Like who's around him, he like them niggas can't do that. They can't they don't know what it takes. They don't have no idea what it takes just to get to be a millionaire. One millionaire. I have
right.
assets that create $1 million for me every single year. First
Mm,
of all, people don't even know what that means. Second of all, they have no idea to attain it. Third
mm,
of all, they don't have the mental capacity to get there. So those are things that like I've learned from my brother
mhm,
to
mhm.
be able to say, okay, yeah, if I want to do this, I got to be
Mhm.
on that point.
Yes.
I gotta stay on that point. So yeah, people can come around and say, yeah, I've been doing this yada yada, it's just not working for me, so I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, it means you didn't do it long enough. You didn't do it consistent enough.
Mm.
Stay
That's so
consistent.
true.
Stay consistent.
Yeah.
You're going to see the benefits of your result. You don't stay consistent, you're gonna be a complainer.
Yep. No, that's true. It's always the third day, right? Like for
Mhm.
instance, the beginning of the year, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna, get a gym membership. I'm gonna start working out, eating right, blah blah blah." And then by the time like Valentine's is this week, they're like, I'll get to it."
I lost
I
two
mean,
pounds.
that's
I'm good. I'm good. My butt looks good, or my muscles are right. My little stomach, I can see the one pack. You know what I'm saying? My little jawline is good. Like, yeah, bro, yeah. The people, and so like for me, like, cause I'm a huge gym advocate, and I tell like I watch these people come and go. I have a conversation with them like, oh yeah, yeah. How long you gonna be here? Yeah, I won't see you next month. Yeah, it's everything when it comes to being successful is a mentality thing. It's nothing that
yes.
you have to do that's gonna overwork you. If you have a mentality to want to do things better than the next person, then you're gonna be successful. If you have the mentality to be with the next person, then yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, definitely see
Yeah,
it's getting
we'll
through
see.
that third day
We'll see.
for sure.
Yeah.
So if you weren't producing music, what would you be doing?
Mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Owning my own car shop.
Oh, I like that. Fast
I
and
love
Furious.
I love cars. I love if I like I said I love cars and I know a lot about them. I've been knowing a lot about them since I was a kid. Um, and that just really comes from like really it's my uncle. Uh,
Okay.
but I love cars. I love the beauty behind it. I love the artistic stuff behind it. Um, Man, but it's dude, I'm telling you, like once like my real money start coming in from this music, I am gonna own me a shop because I
I
really,
love
really,
that.
really I want to own me a car shop.
Mm.
Different, but I know how to like work a car shop. Like I used to work for
Uh-huh.
Pet Boys and AutoZone, so I know about like what I'm saying, like getting down and how they work because those dudes
Huh.
was criminals. Pet Boys and AutoZone, they was that company, both of them companies is criminals. But
What?
no, I'm dead serious. I learned the game, especially for Pet Boys, like
Wow.
how they treat their customer, how they do their whole rating scale as far as like
Uh-huh.
how long it takes to do breaks to doing the oil change, bro. When I tell you, Annette, they're a bunch of scammers. They're a bunch of liars
Wow.
in California. So every state has their different laws when it comes to like work labor
Right.
and as a mechanic. So there's
Hmm.
actual book about the
Okay.
laws like that, and these are how a lot of these mechanics get their money, and these are how a lot of these major stores get their money. So if a mechanic charges, so say for instance, I'm just gonna give you
Okay.
just an example. So in oil change in this book in California, it takes an hour. An hour of cost for an oil change is $150. An hour of cost for just 1 hour of an oil change.
Mm.
Say for instance, there's a complication in that oil change and it takes 2 hours. Guess what? Guess what you're paying?
Double the money.
Say there's a complication in that part of the complication. Guess what you're paying?
Lots more.
So that's how Pet Boys, AutoZone, Lucas, all these Pennzoil, all these
Wow.
guys do that system. They really have a book. If you ever
Mm.
next time you go to a car site, may I see the hours on the hours for this thing? If they don't show you,
Mhm.
they're lying to you. So that's number one.
Probably only like take 15 minutes or less on doing that
It
oil change.
takes
Look,
15 minutes to do
right.
an oil change. They hold your car for the BS.
And you know why I know that?
Why
Because
you know
I've
that?
because I've changed my car oil before.
Oh damn! So it was like 15 minutes. Wait, all I gotta do is buy the oil and do it myself. I'll
Yeah,
never do
look,
it again.
look, look. I'm trying to tell you. Well, see, now they really did it myself, but my first car was an '88 Volkswagen Fox. They don't make that anymore.
Get him. I like the
You
little
know what I'm
fox
saying?
too.
Look, and that was the easiest oil change I've ever done in my life. Okay.
Yeah, because it's right
I
there in
mean,
the front. That little
yeah,
engine.
right.
Yeah,
You just pop it off and then change the oil. You're good. It got really complex. I did try it on a Nissan Sentra. It was
They
like in
just
the
they easy
90s.
too. They
But
easy
yeah.
too. Look, so like I said, I was an installer for Pet Boy, so I was out there learning the ins and outs, talking to a lot of these mechanics, seeing how they was inflating prices on purpose,
Hmm.
just literally screwing these people
Yeah.
out of money. So I
Mm.
say all that to say I understand that industry, and I don't want to be. And if I ever own, excuse me, when I own
Yeah.
my car garage shop,
Uh-huh.
it will never be like that. I'm actually more so into like I'd rather hire people who have their own shops, but they need a
Mhm.
bigger situation to be able to use my garage,
Mhm.
and they can charge a little bit of a fee when it comes to like, okay, I can bring your car to this garage, you just live so and so forth. Like I said, I've been having this idea for damn near 20 years. So, I mean, I could say I can go on and on when it comes to like when I would love to own a garage. So that's what I would do. Outside of music, I would probably be a garage owner for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so dope though. Wow, you're just multifaceted.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
so how has the internet and social media influenced your career? I know we touched a little bit about it, but what's one significant thing that it's done for you?
It gave me a lot of fans, getting people that
Okay.
I could have never reached. I reach them. Really started like my internet thing in like 2017, 2018. So I went at that time I only had about 1,500 fans.
Oh wow.
I'm at 17,000 now. And actually I had
Yeah.
20,000, but a lot of those 20,000, a lot of those were bots and I had no idea. That's
Mm.
not be people just following me, so I had no idea. So
Huh.
when Instagram did their cleanse in like 2021, 22, it took a great majority of them, but like I'm glad it did because I didn't know that they were fake. I had no idea.
Mm.
It just there was a huge time where like people were just creating fake profiles just to promote
Uh-huh.
or solicit what they were trying to do, and they did it all the
Uh-huh.
time. So thankfully, I didn't have that many. So I
Mm.
dropped from like 22,000 to about 17,000. So
Uh-huh.
this I've maintained where I'm at. So these are all real followers. So
Yeah.
I did that from 2017 to like where I'm at now. So and that's a significant build from like just
Right.
organic building.
Yeah.
I had a social media manager at one point,
Mhm.
but it didn't without my content, it didn't it just wouldn't have skyrocketed. So
Right.
in 2020, I started to do like a whole I started to do like a campaign. Like I did stuff every single day for damn near a whole year. And it
Mm.
definitely helped me out.
Mm.
I got a gang of loyal fans who actually mess with me
Uh-huh.
on a daily basis.
Okay.
So whenever I put out content, people mess with me. And I'm thankful for what I did. I'm glad I did that during that pandemic because it
Mhm.
put me on the scale of like a lot of major artists because major artists don't do this themselves. They have no idea how to market on social media. So being able to do that and understanding the game and like figuring out I can reach the same people as like as a Drake or J. Cole
Uh-huh.
just based off like what I do on a consistent basis.
Uh-huh.
That was a no brainer.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I
That's
just
dope.
need a camera, and I gotta learn edits. That's it. That's cool.
Oh, not too shabby. Okay.
Easy
That
money.
that hey, we gotta talk offline about
You already know, man. I got you. Well, whatever. Look, like I said earlier, consistency is going to be your
yeah.
number one key. If you're
Yeah.
not consistent and if you don't have a plan of how you want to attack your marketing on a daily basis, you're gonna have a very hard time trying to
Mhm.
navigate in the system. A very hard time because other people will have the consistency.
Mhm. No, that's for sure. Just like
Yeah,
building a muscle.
it's literally like building a muscle.
So if you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
The fact that we'll design anything that pops one time That's the thing that
Mm,
I would love to change. If it goes back to like a lot of these artists don't know how to market. They know how to market
mm,
themselves. Have no idea. So if they happen to that song or whatever happens to hit that one time and they can't recreate it because they're not consistent,
mm,
that's the reason why we have the type of music that we have. Everybody's speaking on it, literally from the top to the bottom. There, everybody's speaking about it. Labels, um, uh, 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 publishing companies, all talking about it. Hip hop in general, this last 3-4 years is just going to crap because they don't know or care to want to invest in teaching these kids how to market, and
mm,
these kids not understanding like when they get a bag from these labels that it's not a real bag, it's a fake bag and you have to pay that back. So that's what
mm,
we're having to deal with right now. Trash music and and no understanding of how to move the game.
mm. Okay. Yeah, because like, you know, it used to be like the gold chain or the Rolex watch or what have you, something that's shiny, a car, but you're saying
Mhm.
that's you still have to pay all this back and it's through time, right? The time you produce your music because it's like
All of that. The more time that you get out here and use these labels studios, use these labels connects,
mm,
they're going to tax you. And the small money that they give you, it's already taxed. So that's just on
mm,
top of that. So you're getting taxed double.
mm.
I mean, that's the tell us as long as time when it comes to signing these artists. That's why Spotify don't care about you. Excuse
Wow.
me, us. Well, I'm not on. Well, I'm on Spotify, but my money comes differently when it comes to I produce for a couple of people out there, so that's where my money comes from production. You know, my streaming money don't come from my own streams; it comes from somebody else.
Mm.
Pause real quick.
That's
'Cause I have to use the restroom. Can I pause real
smart.
quick?
Oh, sure.
Real
Sure.
quick, real quick.
Let me
There's
let
a
me
lot.
start let me start singing. No, I'm kidding. Oh, this is too funny. Oh my gosh. Like he's dropping a lot of gems. I hope you guys have your notepad out tonight or your iPhone or Android phone. They have a note section there so you can take some notes. Or you can always, replay this. But Eugene O'Neil in the house tonight, everybody. I should have a commercial. Well, be on the lookout for Monster Yo. He's having another concert uh, coming soon. And basically, I post a lot of the different stories for these artists, all the artists, some of the entrepreneurs that are out here. So if you want to, for me to show your music, or if you have some type of service or product, just tag me and I'll post it on my feed. So that way everybody can know about you. Or if you like to register, and I'll get to that later on, to be a guest on In the Know 360, hey, it's intheknow360.com. That's the website as spelled here under on my name. Well, with that being said,
And we're back.
and we're back.
We're back.
I love it. I love it. Uh, so, with that being said, where do you find inspiration?
Everywhere. I don't have a specific go to.
Okay.
I guess so. When I hop into my studio, I start listening to like samples, maybe so.
Okay.
Um, but other than that, like I think life is just my inspiration. Whatever comes to me, like I have, everybody has their own life experiences. Things come to everybody fast.
Right.
So whatever I think resonates with like something I need to talk about or something like that, then yeah, just life itself.
Okay.
Again, my baby girl, she
That's
teaches
right.
she teaches me a lot. She teaches me a lot. She shows me a lot. Um, so I just think that yeah, just the life experiences and um seeing that and going through that, it helps me continue to persevere when it comes to like being able to write stuff, think of stuff, produce anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It's
love
just that type of stuff right there, man.
Okay, okay. And what was the best advice ever given to you?
So I actually put it in my song, and I say this all the time. I have a song called Mouthful.
Mhm.
Uh, so the best advice I got in life was niggas ain't gonna care about your dreams, so don't be getting mad.
Mm,
And that's word for word. So people aren't gonna care about your dreams.
mhm.
So when you get mad that someone doesn't support, that's your fault for getting mad. It doesn't resonate with them, and you
Mic
shouldn't.
drop.
You feel me? And you shouldn't make the content around them because they don't mess with you. So
Right.
continue making the stuff that resonates with you because it's gonna resonate with other people. Maybe
Mhm,
not the people that you want, but it's going to resonate with other people. So do not get mad when your homie, your sister, your mama don't mess with you. You can't get mad at that. You feel me?
Facts. Look, but there's a but, right? When you start blowing up,
No,
they're
give hey, hey,
like,
look,
they're
you
like, hey,
right.
that's my boy. That's my brother.
Nah,
That's my
no,
homie.
hey, no. I have a track record of everybody who bought everything, and you are not on here. Yeah, no. You're no. So I love you, and like when I feel like blessing you, I will.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna bless the people who pour into me before I bless you.
Mm,
And
mm,
you need to understand because you would do the same thing. Whoever pours into you, you bless them.
yes.
So if my homie ain't pouring into me like Sally Joe over here and Sally Joe's brother and Sally Joe's cousin, Sally Joe's uncle, like, okay, cool. I'm a mess with them first and I'm gonna help, I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna get to
Uh-huh,
them first
uh-huh.
because they paid me. So I'm gonna get to
Right.
them first.
Right.
I'm gonna give
Exactly.
them everything they asked for and even more before I get to you. And
Mm,
you could be someone I've known for years.
facts. Look, it gets lonely, doesn't it?
It gets lonely, but like I said this last night. I was like I don't make music for my homies. I don't make music for none of my homies. I make music for myself. And if it relates to them, then it relates. Other than that, I don't make it from. And my real homies, they understand that. Like,
Mm,
bro, like if the song don't relate to you, I don't ask you to play it. I don't ask you to share it.
right.
I'm not looking for you to do that. And we
Mm,
still gonna be homies. You still my
right.
dog. I'm still gonna mess with you like I
Yeah.
mess like you know what I'm saying. We still gonna be cool. And
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So that's the issue when it comes to like that type of situation. Like people always expect, like, oh, my mama's was like my music, my dad's was like music, my cousin, they supposed to mess with me because they're my cousin. No, they're not. If it don't resonate with them,
Yeah.
then why
Right.
you doing? Then they don't need to be the ones to support you. Maybe
Right.
if they send it to their homegirl or homeboy, like, oh yeah, this is my star right here. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But it ain't gotta be like it ain't gotta be your people's. And so
Right.
the best advice I got in life was people ain't gonna care about your dreams. So don't be getting mad.
I love
That's it.
it. and, and don't take their advice.
Don't take their advice. Yeah, do not take their advice because they are not for you either. That advice that they're giving you is not for you.
It's so true. It's so
Man.
true.
Because they never did what you're doing. They've never gone out and created a business. They've never gone out and done something that you've done. So why are you taking advice from someone who doesn't even know what they're talking about?
I'm trying to tell you. And and let me. I know my sisters are gonna get on me about this, but let's just say, hey, I'm coming over. I'm flying in. We should do dinner, right? I'm like,
Hmm.
I got a show at 7, sis.
Can't do it.
I'm
Can't do it, sis.
sorry.
Can't do
uh,
it, sis.
she got
Sorry.
she got her feelings a little bit, but I think she understands now.
Like again, Like, so again, like not everybody. So entertainment is a very is one of those things that, like, if you're not in it, you don't believe it.
Right.
So when you're telling like your people's, hey man, I got this show, yada yada, I got this interview, yada yada. Oh, that's just whatever. No, it's important to me.
Yeah.
I need to be here, show face, and do this. It's way more important to me than having dinner with you. So how can we reschedule? Oh, you don't understand. Okay, cool. Then you're not someone who supports what I'm doing, and I can't necessarily keep moving forward with you as trying to connect with you. If you don't connect with what I'm trying, like, bro, I'm not gonna ask you to get out. You're not. Oh man,
Right.
brother, are you working right now? Come on over here and have this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that to you, so don't do that to me.
Right. Right.
You feel me? Like
Yes.
this creates bread for me. And so
Mhm.
I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you don't understand that part, then maybe we shouldn't be around each other. And
Yeah.
that's that I don't love you any less. That just means that we are not for each other in these moments.
Mhm. That is so true. And I have to caveat that um, not just bread, but building relationships. Because to
Man,
me,
talk to him.
to
Talk to him.
me, I may not be monetized or like have a lot like income coming through, but my
Hmm.
income, see, income or coins, right, if you will, comes in different ways. To me, the relationship building, the network, just the energy that you put out there and the energy you receive, that's my goal, if that makes
That's
sense.
income. That's income. Absolutely, man. See, hey, you talking? I that mentality is what I'm talking about, and what most people don't have. And when it comes to like doing things that, like, oh, I'm not behind the cash register, or I'm not behind the office looking at a computer, doing things outside of that.
Mm,
A lot of people don't look at that as like a real
mm,
situation. So us as entrepreneurs need to make sure that like they're
mhm,
respecting that from us. If they don't, then I can't respect what you do,
mhm, mm.
because it comes the same way.
That's so true. You just gave me chills because yeah, it's definitely like the whole societal norm, right? And we're
Mhm,
programmed to say, oh, you have to be this certain way in society in order to be looked at in that certain way. But
mhm.
that's all. It's false. It's
100%
false.
false.
False advertisement. And that's what I'm learning as I go on this entrepreneurial journey in helping music artists and other entrepreneurs is um, I just love it because I like to hear the journey. I want to help them, support them, and so being in public health, I'm helping in that perspective. But
Amen.
this is very fulfilling to me, and so I get a lot of like just enjoyment, and therapy, just talking to people.
I
But
believe you're doing a public up that you're still continuing your public health service by doing this. You're talking to
yeah,
people, and but the thing is, you're talking to people who are hurt. You're talking to people who are broken.
yes,
You're talking to people
yes.
who are still healing. You're talking to people who are still who have imagination. Talking to people who have ideas. So
Mhm,
this, I believe that you're still in your space, and by you being able to reach other people, like, so not necessarily a patient who comes to you, you're
mhm.
able to reach people who are outside, who aren't a patient but probably should be a patient. You feel me? No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. So like so you being able to do that, and you being able to speak to them in the way that you do, this is beneficial. We're not
Mhm.
out here gossiping, doing all that BS, tearing down the next person. We're
Right.
out here expressing who we are, and giving
Mhm.
and telling someone, who a complete stranger, who we are, and how we got here in the most positive way that we can. And I believe that should be, and you're giving an ear. It's not like you're sitting like you're combating, like, oh, that's wrong. Like you're giving us an ear.
Mm,
you're giving us something that, it's like that's all most people want. Like
mhm,
we don't always don't need like somebody to like combat with us. We just need somebody
mhm,
like to listen to us. Someone
mm.
to understand like what we're saying. Like this is our trauma,
Yeah,
this is our fears, this is our problems, this is
right.
what we dealt with. And someone like you who gives that space and that platform, I do again believe that you are still continuing your work.
Mm.
So, man, that's thank you for that. Master Yo, my big
Yeah.
dog, man. OG, appreciate that, man.
Shout out to Marcio, free Marcio, everyone. Thank you
All
so
stop.
much. Wow, wow. Yeah, you gave me chills, and that's why I keep going. That's why
Absolutely,
I
absolutely,
love it. I love
absolutely.
it. It's like the universe is leading me, solidifying that this is where I need to be. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Go.
This is you're still doing the work that you asked for. Still doing God's
Mm,
work. Still doing things that what this I want to help people. So by using your voice,
mhm.
that's man, and listening to people, not
Wow.
giving objections, actually wanting to know who we are.
Mhm.
That's why I gave you like in the beginning, like, damn, it's not so many people that I've interviewed who've done the research, who've done the marketing that you have. And I appreciate that
Mm,
like so much. So continue being that light, continue doing that. And if it gets rough towards the end, that just means you're doing the right thing.
mm. Thank you
Seriously.
so much, King. I appreciate it. A real message. Thanks, Marcio. Thank you so much.
OG Massa, yo, man, big dog, man. I hope that one day be able to speak to you, big dog.
Yes, yes, for sure. So, what is next for Mr. Eugene O'Neil, and what message would you like to give your fans and up and coming artists?
So what's next? So I'm going on tour. I'm going to on a California tour. It's called Lost in California with my brothers.
Oh,
Kill C Ray and Gene Flo. They're called the Invisible Ponchos. Um,
mm,
I'm going on tour at the end of April. It's going
okay.
to last all through March. So I'm extremely excited. I haven't gone on one of these tours in like 2 years, 3 years, excuse me, 4 years. Damn, it's been a while, right?
Wow.
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, it's been like 4 years since I've gone on tour, like on a California tour. We're gonna starting up north and coming down to San Diego. So I
Mm,
think we're starting in Salinas and ending in San Diego.
wow.
Yeah. So anybody, please be on the lookout. We have a gang of dope artists that's coming onto this
Mm,
bad boy, man. We have hey, so this is it's our name Zenaloa. Look, I don't speak Spanish fluently, but I understand some of the stuff that he's saying. My brother's
mhm.
raps in Spanish wholeheartedly, and he be killing it. OG is
Wow.
dope. Dark Room, hey, those OGs right there. They speak Spanish and they rap and they, bro. These are like, bro. Imagine if Bone Thugs and Harmony was Hispanic. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
Those are my dogs, right? I love those dudes right there. Gene Flow, I said Gene Flow and Kelsey Ray, Invisible Ponchos. When I what I Gene Flow is one of the dopest producers that I know. Kelsey Ray is one of the dopest
Mhm.
rappers that I know. The brother can rap
Wow.
circles around anybody.
Wow.
So I'm just excited to be around these dudes. These brothers are like are entrepreneurs, they're pioneers, and they're
Mm,
definitely going to be moving the needle in the years to come. So please
wow.
look out for this specific, please look out for the Lost in California tour. We'll be
Okay.
going up north and coming down south on California. So please check us out.
I'm typing it in the chat. Lost in California tour.
Yeah, Lost in
Okay.
California. And I'll be doing a lot of blasting about it. If you follow me, please follow the people that I tag because they are also a part of this tour here. Um, you asked me another question.
Oh, up and coming artists. What advice would you like to give?
Um,
I know you gave a lot, but
yeah, nah, my main thing is listen to yourself.
Mm,
Uh If you have an idea, just do it, man. Don't let someone else influence your ideas. I had a lot of that in me coming up. I had a lot of
Mm,
people influence my ideas that I didn't do because I thought what they said was the right thing, and it was not. Please listen to your ideas. Please go forward with your ideas. Don't let anyone outside of what you do, even hell, even inside of what you do, dictate how you do, how you move. Please move how you want to.
mm.
If you do what you do and it comes out bad, live with that result because you have information.
Yes.
If you do that, if you do something and it comes out great, live with that because now you have information.
Yes.
Understand that failures give you information. When you fail, it's a good thing because you know what to do, then you know what not to do the next time.
Mm,
Please be okay with failing. Be okay with failing a lot. Be okay with failing young because it's going to help you out in
mm,
the long run. I wasn't okay with that. So it's taking me my age now to get to where I'm at.
mm,
Please be okay and understand that you're not wrong. There's always a solution.
mhm. Wow. I love that. Yeah, it's that fear, the false evidence appearing real all the
Yes.
time,
Yes.
for sure. So that this is the one event that you have, and is there anywhere else besides what I've listed on this feed of where to find you? Where do you typically check for, messages or what have you?
So Instagram, I'm mostly on Instagram or TikTok. You can hit me on my Facebook, but I probably won't get to it till like months later, maybe a year later. But because I'm completely off Facebook, as I've been off there for like 3 years. Uh, but Instagram and TikTok, maybe Twitter. I started jumping back on Twitter maybe like a year ago.
Okay.
Just because I seem to be able to reach a different type of demographic. But hell, you got my email in there. So if you want to reach me, that's the fastest way to reach me is through my email.
Oh, okay.
My collaborates, I'm open to collaborate. Uh, Hit me up, man.
Okay. And the handle for IG is
Eugene underscore O'Neil underscore EUGENE underscore ONEIL underscore. And that's going to be the same handle for Twitter, for TikTok, for Facebook,
oh, okay. I
everything. Yeah,
love it.
that's my Twitter. Yeah.
Simplicity. I know I
Yeah,
jotted it down, but
now you of all the people I've been interviewed, you are definitely amongst the top who've been able to pay attention to detail. So thank you.
oh, oh, thank you so much. I
No,
really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And is there anything else you would like to say to the audience?
So I am dropping so I'm doing a couple of projects. I got one with Pretty Black. It's gonna be done by the end of February. We're dropping that with Pretty Black. By the way, it's called Pretty Black Midnight. It's or excuse me, Pretty Black Night. Excuse me, Pretty Black Night. I apologize.
Pretty Black
Pretty
Night.
Black Night. The album
Okay.
is damn near complete. It's probably one of the dopest things that I've ever produced. Because it's with my sister. And then I have another project that I'm gonna be working on with Fitz Taylor. That's gonna be dropping in Pretty Black Night, album, with Fitz Taylor. That's gonna be dropping in March. We don't there the headline or the title is tentative, but but we're just
Oh,
working on things right now.
okay.
Throughout that, I'm gonna be dropping singles throughout these months. Look out for Golden Opportunity. Look out for Born and Raised. I have a gang of music coming out my damn self. But as this works out, man, I'm like Hit Boy. I'm about to be dropping music myself and then dropping music with my family.
I love it.
Shout
Wow,
out to Hit
that's
Boy
so
too,
dope.
because we will be working together this year. I know that, brother. We know too many of the same people. Too many I say, bro. Yo, Double is my nigga too, man. So please, we gonna be working
Mhm.
together very soon.
I love it. I love it. And shout out to Ice Cube. Hopefully he'll re- re- review
Shout
this.
out Q, man. My boy O'Shea Jackson, man. Shout out. Shout out.
Oh my goodness. I think I've started a story here. Um, well, with that being said, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment to view all the episodes of Endino 360. It's streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I will upload this to the Apple Podcast, Spotify, Instagram, and I believe there's some other ones like the Google Play. Just check us out. And we're on in the know 360 oneword.com. Let's continue, please, to support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Master Yo and all our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between Endino 360 and Mr. Eugene O'Neil.
Thank you so much. Free Monster Yo, big OG, man. I hope you come out. When you come out, bro, you already know, man. It's all love here. Can't wait to make music, bro.
That's right. Free Master Yo, everyone. Thank you so much. Salute.